First and foremost, I want to give all praise, glory, and honor unto Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Harakak Badash. I would also like to give a double honors unto the apostles and the elder bishops of Great Millstone that do rule well, that have taught me this truth. And I would also like to say a sincere shalom unto the hopeful elect, unto the scattered elect, unto the brothers, the prophets, the men that are prophesying, laboring in this truth and in this doctrine. Unto you, I say shalom. What jobs will be left? All right. And this is I believe this is a tweet I found or saw, and it shows the jobs, how the job market is shrinking here in America, Babylon, and their projection for the next 10 years. All right. And this is just Esau's estimate, but these are these economists, these people that forecast the future, and they see a lot of these jobs are being taken over by AI. All right. Chat GPT, all these different AI bots that are going to take a lot of these jobs away. Robots also, I'm gonna just go through it, but this is prophecy. Okay, this is showing you the downfall of this economy, of this system, of this country. All right, and this devil Esau, they're ultimately in control because they control all the resources. They control the job markets. All right, they have say what goes and what's not because this is their kingdom. This is their rulership. Okay, but at the end of the day, Esau doesn't care about you. He cares about money and control, really control and money. Okay, but a lot of these Fortune 500 companies that employ thousands of people are going to be chopping. Uh, 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 they're going to be um, removing a lot of positions and replacing them with computers and AI bots. All right, so this is the forecast from, like I said, 2024 to 2034. All right, and this is all a part of Esau's agenda. This is all a part of the crafty counsel of the wicked. All right, because things are going to get so bad for the American people that they're going to present to you something called UBI, Universal Basic Income. All right, which will be, if things are going to get so bad, people are going to, of course they'll take it now, but they're going to have to take it just to survive, just to pretty much stay afloat. All right, because there ain't gonna be no jobs out there because the positions that you see on the screen, a lot of them require little, to no training. All right, but the ones that do require extensive training or extensive education, they're going to be taken by AI jobs. AI and Chat GPT and robots also. So let me go through it. It says cashiers. So they figure 9.9%, meaning 313,000 of those jobs will be obsolete. Will and you see that already with the whole what is this shit called? The checkout. The what is it called? Um, damn, what the hell is that shit called? Self checkout. Like, yeah, I don't know why I can think of it. Self checkout. You see that in grocery stores. You see that in, you see that damn near in every store except for department stores. Now I haven't been in no department stores lately, but they may have it. All right, and if they don't, they're going to adopt it because with the whole digital ID, where your ID, with this whole digital ID and what is it called, social credit score, people, if you do steal something, they're gonna know. They're gonna know automatically. Okay, so good luck because and if with everything being cashless, eventually they just whatever you steal, they're just gonna deduct it. Okay, this oh, you stole something that cost $25. All right, deduct it from this person's account. So you won't have a need to. You people really won't steal. All right, if they do steal, that's going to deduct from their account or deduct from their social credit score. All right, so Esau is they're formulating a system. All right, that is is pretty much all seeing, all knowing a system. All right, because they desire to be like unto the Most High, all knowing, all seeing. Okay, office clerks, 6.7%. Customer service reps. You in a lot of these you already see. You call somebody and you're talking to a robot. Say what you need. All right. Press this. Press that. Okay. Accounting clerks. All right. A lot of this shit gonna be done. All the calculations or whatever gonna be done by ChatGPT. All right. Fast food cooks. You already see that happening with a lot of fast food joints are completely autonomous. All right, robots run 'em. Like they had in Texas. They have a completely autonomous McDonald's. All right, no employees. All right, everything is run by robots. You just go. They have a screen where you could press what you want and you pay the money. Right through some type of cashless thing. Even if they have this thing where you could just put cash in. Okay, eventually it's going to be all cashless where right now you're just tapping your phone. Okay, but eventually you're gonna have to tap your hand to eat. All right. Retail supervisor, that goes with retail supervisors. They don't really need supervisors, okay, because it goes with the next thing. Inventory clerks, you don't need that, okay, because you're gonna have you may need people to they probably gonna have robots for that, people to unpack the shipments that come in for the new merchandise. But retail supervisors, you know they're going to be all these different positions. They're going to be looking for jobs, and there ain't going to be no jobs out there. All right, bank tellers. You see that now. You can do damn near everything at the ATM. All right, you can make a deposit, a check or cash. All right, you can transfer money. All right, and they're doing away probably with checks. So everything has to be cashless or some type of wire transfer. So bank tellers are going to be useless. All right, you can do all matter of you can apply for loans over your phone. Okay, you can you submit all the paperwork they need, check stubs over the phone. Everything is paperless. Okay, data entry clerks, hand packers. You see that with Amazon. They have machines that just pack the packages. They put the merchandise in the package, pack it up, and put the postage on it, and they ship it out. Food prep workers, secretaries, correctional officers, child care workers. That's crazy. Child care workers. They may have a robot watching your kids. Elementary school teachers. And a lot of this goes into them having AI teachers. AI, where you're on an iPad or something and you're learning that way. All right. And eventually they're going to have it where, the people the Edomites that got money, they're going to say, hey, just put a brain chip in my son or my daughter's head and they can download all the programs they need to learn. Payroll clerks, everything is done by AI. A computer support specialist. Hey, these computers, all right, they basically are becoming intelligent where they fix themselves. All right, metalworking machine operators, teachers, assistants, retail salespersons. A metalworking machine, they're going to be taken over by some type of robots. All right, over in China, they have robots. They have factories that are literally, they say, you can literally turn off the lights because there's no need. You're all right because there's no employee. There's no actual humans in there where you need lights. All the robots are just working. They don't need lights. They can see in the dark. All right, a teacher's assistant that goes along with school teachers. You ain't need no teacher's assistants when you got AI teaching. All right, and I saw the brother. I think the elder Yasharama did a video about going into the AI teachers. How the teacher's not even not even the teacher no more. The teacher is an assistant to the AI bot. Okay, retail salespersons, survey interviewers, computer control tool operators, claims adjusters, office work, office support workers, secondary school teachers, bill collectors. They ain't gonna need no bill collectors. They just gonna deduct it from you. Our agricultural laborers. That's crazy. Okay, because you see what's going on when they try to deport Jake with the workers that work out in the fields that pick the fruits. All right, waiters and waitresses, order clerks, general labor, and general labor is the last one because some things like plumbers, electricians that still requires a actual an actual human being to get up under a house and go in the attic or fix something with their hands. But what they're doing now, they're building smart homes where they pretty much fix themselves or they can diagnose the problem and they make it make a lot of shit do it DIY where you could do it yourself. All right, so there ain't gonna be no jobs left. There's gonna be a few here and there, okay, but people are gonna be fighting over those jobs, and those jobs more than likely ain't gonna pay little to nothing. If they do pay you good, you're not just gonna be you're not gonna just have one position. You're gonna have your one position is gonna be you're gonna be doing multiple things. You're gonna have to multitask in that position. So you may be a regular worker, but they want you to be the manager, the supervisor, the worker, all right, make the schedule, do the payroll. You're going to be doing all these things just to keep your job. That's the type of system that the devil is pushing this world, this country towards. And we all got to go through it at the end of the day. But the Lord, we got faith. The prophets, all right, the true and sincere brothers, the men of the Lord, we got faith that the Lord's going to pull us through. All right, we're not attached or tied to anything in this world. It's definitely not no damn job. All right, because that's what Esau is going to do. He's going to attach that MOTB to everything in this world. So you won't be able to function and move throughout the society without that. Okay, and this devil knows that. That's why this devil is cornering everything, and it's going to make your life harder and harder to making your life harder and harder to live without that device, without conforming unto this system. All right, so let me start with um, Isaiah Isaiah 19, and I'm gonna read at the top, and I'm gonna go down. Isaiah 19 and 2, and I will set Egyptian against Egyptian; they shall fight everyone against his brother, and everyone against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. And the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof, and I will destroy the counsel thereof, and they shall seek to the idols, and to the charmers, and to them that have familiar spirits, and to the wizards. So it's going to be a lot of witchcraft. A lot of people are going to be, uncertain. It's going to be a lot of uncertainty out there, and people are going to be looking for answers, and not looking. And there may not, a lot of them are not going to go to the prophets. They're going to go to witchcraft. They're going to go to false idols and these different deities to look for answers. Okay, because if you don't have, if your job is basically your livelihood. If you don't have a job, all right, how are you gonna provide for your family? How are you gonna provide for yourself? Provide food and shelter. All right, how are you gonna have the basic necessities in life without a job? All right, and you already see what they're doing with those that receive certain benefits. All right, the EBTs, the SNAP benefits, the Section 8, a lot of that shit gonna be cut off. Okay, and eventually, if you want to, receive these benefits, that ultimate catch is that MOTB. Okay. Damn, there's something else I want to bring out about this. Let me just read the scripture. Verse 4, and the Egyptian will I give over into the hand of a cruel Lord, and a fierce king shall rule over them, saith the Lord of hosts, the Lord Yahawah of hosts. All right, so we believe that cruel Lord, that fierce king is Trump. All right, Trump got to be the man that's going to bring down this system, this Babylon, and bring forth these draconian laws amongst the people. All right, and he already said that it's so much job loss they don't want to even report on the jobs anymore. All right, job growth, because there is no job growth. You got a lot, like you already have a lot of jobs being taken over by AI, by these different robots, and it's only a matter of time before they roll these robots in to take your job. Okay, and a lot of these tech jobs are being taken. Okay, people that's making over six figures, all right, in a few 100,000 a year, their jobs is are their positions are being eliminated, and not just for the company that they work for, all across the board. Okay, because of the AI, because of ChatGPT. All right, these robots that Esau has built and programmed to take these certain jobs. All right, and you're gonna have proud ass niggas out there, proud ass Edomites that I got a doctorate, I got a degree in this and the degree in this, and I got a master's in this, and I got a doctorate. That Hey, Esau don't give a fuck about none of your credentials. All right, all your accolades. All right, say okay, that's fine, but hey, I got a robot that can do that, this, and this too, and I ain't gotta pay him nothing. I just gotta pay for the maintenance. All right, he ain't gonna never call in sick on me. I ain't gotta never pay him no vacation time. I ain't gotta never worry about him getting hurt on the job and we're getting workers' comp. I ain't got to worry about the nigga calling in and being late. Okay, none of that. All right, and that's the mindset of this devil. All right, this devil, he wants, he wants to see you suffer. Because he don't. At the end of the day, they don't care. All right, when what was it, the port workers, they were on strike, and then they, I think they eventually got a deal done. But during their strike, what were they doing? They were bringing in um, the the autonomous system, all right, to eventually replace them. All right, so eventually, when their contract is up, they gonna say, all right, we ain't gonna ever bring y'all back. All right, so that's gonna happen to a lot of jobs out there. All right. Oh, I was thinking back to the benefits that just came to me. They're gonna start, people that receive Social Security, hey, eventually they may have a glitch and begin to cut a lot of them people off. All right, and you think like, well, I'm retired. I paid into Social Security. They're supposed to be for me when I retire. No, hell, Esau don't care. All right, Esau will have a glitch and have him say the whole system got hacked, and we don't know who's who now. So we need you to get a digital ID. All right, we need to, you, like they telling people for the SNAP and EBT, you need to reapply. Okay, you got to understand this devil. They got a lot of slick shit up their sleeve, and they're about to reveal themselves. They're about to they're about to put more hell on you Israelites. Mainly, this is Ecclesiastes 13. Excuse me, 13. Ain't no 13th chapter. 12:3. In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease because they are few, and those that look out of the windows be darkened. All right, the keepers of the house are these economists and these people that forecast the future. In the stock markets and the different industries. All right, they're gonna tremble. Why? Because there's no future in this place. It says those that look out of the windows be darkened. All right, the grinders cease, meaning the workers. Okay, the doors shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding is low, meaning the storehouses. And I'm gonna get that in Second Ezra, the 6th chapter and 22nd verse. After this, at scripture, and he shall rise up at the voice of the birds, and the daughters of music shall be brought low. All right, so let me get that real quick. Second Ezra's 6 and verse 22. And suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown, and the full storehouses shall be suddenly found empty, and the trumpet shall give a sound which, when every man heareth, they shall be suddenly afraid. Okay, so the sown places are going to be appear unsown. All right, so it's going to be a lot of companies that are going to downsize. Say you have, say a grocery, Albertsons. Say you got a small town where you got 3 Albertsons in the town. All right, and you can, one here, one in the this edge of the city, one in the middle, and the other at the other edge of the city. Now there's going to be one. All right, so that one Albertsons is going to be unsown. All right, it's going to be the full storehouse is going to be empty. Okay, a lot of these companies, a lot of these corporations are going to be downsizing. All right, what do they call them? We're going to have food deserts. All right, let me see. I'll read verse 24. And at that time, friends shall fight against one another like enemies, and the earth shall stand in fear for those that dwell therein. The springs of the fountain shall stand still, and in 3 hours they shall not run. All right, so that goes back to Isaiah 19 and 2, Egyptian against Egyptian. Friends are going to fight against friends. Why is there going to be all this civil war and infighting? Because lack of resources. Mainly, the main resource is food. Okay, a lack of, people are just going to be bugging out because they don't got shit to lose at the end of the day. You done lost your job, you done lost your home, you lost your status in society. All right, you were once prestigious and people respected you. Now you just average Joe out there looking for a job. You got all these credentials and educational accolades and doctrines that ain't gonna do shit for you in the time of Jacob's trouble. Okay, and a lot of those people that have all this extensive education, they may be good in that one field, but what about everything else? They're gonna fail. A lot of these people, a lot of these proud ass people, they're gonna fold miserably. They're gonna be begging for the MOTB. All right, and if you get that MOTB, you're begging for a swift destruction. All right, a personal a personal judgment coming from Yahawah Bahasham Shah. All right. Let me go over to Second Ezra chapter, Second Ezra 16. Stay in Ezra, Second Ezra 16, and I'm gonna start at verse 18. The beginning of sorrows and great mourning, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, and the powers shall stand in fear. The beginning of evils, what shall I do when these evils shall come? Behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment. But for all these things they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be mindful of the scourges. So all these are scourges. All these are scourges to amend your ways. Okay? This is the point. Behold, victuals shall be so cheap upon earth that they shall think themselves to be in good case. So things are going to. Well, why can things be so cheap? Because Esau is not paying any employees. They don't got to pay no employees no more. So how much money do they save? So they can give you, they can put stuff out there cheap, okay? Because the money that they're saving by not paying employees, they can make these different items cheap, all right? And that's going to make the people think they're in a good case. That okay, damn, all right, maybe things ain't that bad. All right, I get my UBI every month, and everything is kind of cheap now. So the people are going to think they're in a good case. And even then shall evils grow upon the earth, sword, famine, and great confusion. So that these people that think they're in a good case, the Lord really got them in a trick bag, thinking that they're going to be in that mind state that maybe everything is going to be all right. Okay, and like I said previously, that hell, hey, all of us got to go through this. All brothers out there may lose jobs. All right, may lose, but hey, we have the Lord to depend on, or we have the Lord to lean upon. All right, we have the truth. We have these scriptures to comfort us. All right, we got the Comforter to comfort us in these last days. All right, when all these great plagues and these great prophecies take place and come to pass. This is Isaiah 65 and 13. Therefore, thus saith the Lord power. Behold, my servant shall eat, and ye shall be hungry. Behold, my servant shall drink, and ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servant shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed. Behold, my servant shall sing for joy, but ye shall cry for sorrow of heart, and shall howl for vexation of spirit. And ye shall leave your name for a curse unto my chosen, for the Lord power shall slay thee, and call his servants by another name. What is this? All right, so hey, the servants of the Yahawah Shah are going to eat and have abundance in that day, while the followers of Babylon, the followers of the beast system, are going to they're going to starve and be thirsty. All right, and have a vexation of spirit. Okay, let me grab this Proverbs 10 and 3. The Lord will not suffer the soul of the righteous to be famished, but he casteth away the substance of the wicked. So the Lord is not going to let his righteous, his elect, be famished. Okay, the scripture says here that they shall laugh at famine when it cometh. Job 5. Let me see. Yeah, Job 5. Job 5 and 19. He shall deliver thee in 6 troubles, yea, in 7 there shall no evil touch thee. In famine ye shall be redeemed from death, and in war from the power of the sword, and shall be hid from the scourge of the tongue. Neither shalt thou be afraid of destruction when it cometh. At destruction and famine thou shalt laugh, neither shalt thou be afraid of the beast of the earth. All right, so everything going on, all these calamities, people dying of starvation, people dying from the sword, people dying from pestilent diseases, the elect are going to laugh at famine and destruction. Okay, meaning they're going to have a righteous spirit of what is the word a non-fearful spirit when everyone else is going to be in fear and be tormented. Okay, with fear. All right. I got one last script I want to grab. Isaiah, verse 30. Chapter 30, and I'm gonna start at verse 9. That this rebellious people, lying children that will not hear the law of the Lord, which say to the seers, see not, and to the prophets, prophesy not unto us right things, speak unto us smooth things, prophesy deceits. The point is the point is 12. Get you out of the way. Turn aside out of the path. Cause the Holy One of Israel to cease from before us. This is the mind state of our people. This is the mindset of our people right now. Okay, they don't want to hear about the bad times. They don't want to hear about the great how bad employment is going to be, how bad America is going to get. Okay, because verse 12 is going to say it. Wherefore thus saith the Holy One of Israel, because ye despise this word and trust in oppression and perverseness and stay thereon. This is an oppressive system, and our people continue to trust in it. Our people continue to believe in it and think that I just got to work hard and get a pension. I just got to work hard and have my 401k and retire and just work hard for 30 or 40 years and I'll be good. I'll put money in my children's college fund, and all that is all that bullshit, all that American dream shit is out the window. Okay, and a lot of these people are waking up to the BS. The main people that need to wake up is our people. Okay, because they're still stuck on stupid and believing in this man, believing in this system. All right, and Esau is going to make you believe in the new system that's coming, that they're going to say is better than the old system, that gives you more freedom and gives you more liberty, gives you more opportunity. Yeah, it does. It does in a way, but you're going to be tied down through that mark of the beast. All right, spoken of in Revelations, the 13th chapter, to and have to conform into these different things in order to live somewhat a decent life, if you want to call it that. All right. So, Lord, willing, this lesson was edifying unto the hopeful elect, and I would like to give all praise, glory, and honor unto Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Harakakwadash, Shalom.